Howdy there. So, last night I watched The Third Man. It's a classic, film noir. I originally put The Third Man on my blockbuster queue because I watched me and Orson Welles for the second time, and I actually put a lot of Orson Welles, well, I guess his big four, on my queue because I wanted to see them and appreciate them once more. I put The Third Man, Citizen Kane, Touch of Evil. I can't think of the fourth one. Anyway, put them on my queue, and Kane's not available. Touch of Evil's been like on very long wait forever, but Third Man just became available recently, and I moved it to the top and watched it. And it is a Blu-ray, and it's gorgeous, as most Blu-rays are. Anywho, The Third Man is about a man who goes to Vienna soon after World War II to find his friend. When he arrives in Vienna, he finds out that his friend is recently dead, possibly murdered. He then sets off on a mystery adventure to solve the case of his dead friend. He meets many unsavory characters. He meets women. He meets just regular people. And he gets to the bottom of things. So that's basically what the film is about. It was made in 1949. 1949. Stars, we've got to get some help here. Stars Joseph Cotton. Joe Cotton. He's the main actor. He's the investigator. He's actually a novelist. He's a novelist, and he writes mysteries and westerns and things like that. So he's got a brain, and he knows how to find things out and research. Also stars Orson Welles, which is again the reason I rented it. Orson Welles is Harry Lime. He plays the murdered friend. Now, whether he's the murdered friend in flashbacks or soon to be discovered not murdered, I will leave that up to you. Also stars Trevor Howard as Major Calloway. And those are the only names on the dealie. It was written for the screen and directed by Carol Reed, from a novel by the same name, The Third Man. Again, this movie is a classic. It's, I think, regarded as one of the best films ever made. It's Roger Ebert's favorite movie. So that's saying something. And I thought it was pretty fantastic. I mean, I can't help but give it a 10. I was, again, I keep thinking about how this was made in 1949, and it seems very, very fresh. I think movies today try to sound like this movie. The screenplay is very quotable. All of the characters are, very well developed, even if they're in just a couple of scenes in the movie. Usually, like, they have a dialogue scene, and then, like, we will see them at another point just like in the background, doing something that really just adds to their character. I found that really refreshing. And again, it was like I was amazed how fresh the whole thing seemed. Incredibly well directed. It's black and white. It's beautifully shot. It's harder to shoot in black and white. Harder to make the shots look better because it's, you know, basically dealing with two colors in contrast. So I just thought it looked gorgeous, very well shot. I mean, the cinematographers back then, I think they just had to know a lot more than they do now. It just seems that way. Very intense. I mean, maybe not intense, that's not thrilling is the word I want. I think at the time it was kind of groundbreaking. The last act of the film is basically a chase scene. Like, you know, it's like an 8 to 10 minute chase scene. And I was basically just riveted. Really, I don't really know what else to say. I thought it was a very good chase scene, and for it to be such an old movie and to be so hip, it was really kind of just an eye-opening experience, and that's what I love about going back to revisit the classics, because I consider myself an expert and a student of the films of my lifetime. And with the exception of a few of my favorite directors, I haven't ventured that far back in time outside of college courses or instructional, just watching them to learn from them and then to be tested over them. I haven't really, out of pleasure, you know, figured all that much about the classics. And right away, this shot to my near top. One of my favorite films is The Maltese Falcon. I own The Maltese Falcon. I think it's definitely one of my favorite classics. And I think just because of the cast assembled. It has some of my favorite actors in it, namely Peter Lorre. But I think this was better. It reminded me a lot of The Maltese Falcon. Again, film noir, mystery must be solved. And I just thought this maybe ran a lot smoother. And again, I own The Maltese Falcon, and I kind of wanted, you know, to buy this after all was said and done. I don't know if I will, but all of the acting is great. Again, it's like an old school style, really. But again, I think that films are now kind of recycling this. It just seemed like I was watching this at the right time, because it seems like so many movies want to be this movie. You know, I don't know how else to describe it. I thought the screenplay was incredibly quotable, very smart, a great story. Again, it was just about an hour and 40 minutes, and I never got bored. I never was really distracted. It kept me enthralled. Gorgeous direction. The cinematography is great. Lots of shadow. Shadows are almost a prominent figure, character in this film. Really just great. Orson Welles didn't have anything to do with the production or writing or directing. He was just an actor here. And, I mean, he's Orson Welles. He comes on the screen and things just pop, you know. He's an icon. And that's, I mean, one, The Third Man is considered to be one of the great films of all time. And two, Orson Welles is an icon of film. And to watch him work here, I think, is the reason you should watch this movie. Again, I really feel that I can't help but give it a 10, just because it was so awesome, and it was made in 1949. So that, you know, to me is very impressive. And why I haven't seen it before, I don't know. But so smart, exciting, beautifully shot, excellent acting. Just basically why you would want to watch a movie. And it succeeds on all levels. So I don't really know what else to say other than The Third Man was a great watch. I'm glad I finally got around to seeing it because it's definitely one of my favorite classics. Again, I own very few classics, but I own the Maltese Falcon. I own M. I own King Kong. I mean, I don't count my Stanley Kubrick. I mean, I have the entire Stanley Kubrick catalog, but I mean, so I have his stuff. But again, I don't have much, and I kind of want to buy this because I was just amazed at how smoothly it flowed. Very smart. So if you are an Orson Welles fan, if you are a fan of film, then you owe it to yourself to see The Third Man. I even kind of want to read the book now. Again, basically succeeded at everything a movie should succeed at. I don't know what else to say. That's The Third Man, and it's a classic, a mystery masterpiece. It's a 10. Thank you very much.